Welcome back to the video. My name is Harold. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, and in today's video, we will be going over the trade that I took today and the lessons that I learned. So, the big topic for today is analysis paralysis. Dude, I be thinking way too damn much, bro. I be thinking too much. Why am I thinking so much, man? Like, I'm a chronic overthinker. There's just too much going on in my head when I'm trading, dude. I set a plan and then I just start overthinking my entire plan. So, what happened today was overnight we attempted to break this previous day high, right? We attempted to break it, we failed, and we just broke down. So, we broke below the weekly value area high, or the monthly value area high, the weekly value area high, even a level of 30-minute demand. We broke everything and we were opening back at the lower end of the monthly value area low. We even created a level of supply along the way. This was pretty bearish to me. This was looking pretty bearish. So what I was looking for in the market today, I knew that this monthly POC, it's not POC, a monthly high volume node was a potential area reversal, as well as this weekly value area high combined with the previous day value area high. So I knew that these two levels were a potential for reversal, or I would say after a bounce, this is where we can most likely continue the sell-off. So either here or here, we can look for a sell-off like that. If price ran immediately, like if we opened here and we just dumped, I was not looking to take shorts. I was going to look to take longs off of some level near here. But just from seeing the pre-market action, we were starting to get a bounce here. And for some reason in my plan, I said that I wouldn't take a short here at 67.57. I said I was willing to take a short at 67.68, but not 67.57. And I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not too sure why, like I made it like that, but that was just the plan that I made. And price ended up, here, let me show you guys. And price ended up reversing at this level. FOMC kind of messed up my thinking just because we saw this huge move overnight. And because we saw the move, I was expecting pretty much chop all day, but we got decent confirmation at this level. But let me just show you guys and get right into it. Before we get into the actual chart, let me show you the trade that I took. So I ended up not taking a trade here, but I ended up taking a trade down here, going counter trend, and it didn't really work out in my favor. Got stopped out. At one point we were up $800. That's been kind of the theme lately. We were up, but we didn't take it as much, right? So that's going to be one of the things I talk about later today. But just getting into it, yeah, we profited $321.50. We were in the trade for about 45 minutes. It was a planned R multiple of 3.14. And it wasn't a bad trade, but I actually took a trade before that, and that was the better trade. So let me show you guys. So this was the original trade that I took. I actually ended up taking it at the high volume node. So at 67.57, I did take the trade, but I was really overthinking. So I was already seeing all this happen. This rejection happened, lower, rejection happened. And I was just overthinking this whole time because I'm trying to stick to my plan. But then again, there's a great trade opportunity in front of me. But I'm overthinking because I'm fighting this inner feeling in myself where I know that I need to stick to the plan. there's just a lot of wishy-washiness going on, right? I end up entering the trade around 67.49, so I'm way late. Way late. Every time it bounces, getting a mini heart attack because my stop is like literally at the 60s, maybe even before. It was like at the 59s. So my stop was like too close, getting a mini heart attack every time this thing bounces up, and I just get way too emotional. I get way too emotional and I can't handle myself being in this trade, and I cut myself for a loss at break even. What happens the moment I cut myself for a loss? We run to our target. But yeah, this was definitely the higher probability trade. I think the past couple days I've just been overthinking a lot because I have been adding a couple things into my system, trying to adjust a couple things, tighten up a couple things, and it's been a lot of information to take. Like even my checklist is a little bit more detailed now. And the moment I'm about to put on a trade, it's a lot of information, and I just don't think that I've gotten enough reps in to deal with that information quickly. So there has been a lot of overthinking, but I know that the more I practice and the more I trust my process, things will be okay. So getting into the actual trade, we ended up entering this trade at 67.25, was targeting the high of day. We ended up breaking back into the monthly value area low and dumping outside of it. This was a key level that was holding to the downside today. We ended up bouncing here perfectly and just taking off during FOMC. But yeah, this was also a decent trade, but it wasn't as high probability because this trade was counter trend. This was trend. So if I just flip over to even like my daily chart that I look at, or this is a 30-minute chart, even looking at the super short term trend for the day, like going short was the trend. Going counter trend or going long was counter trend. So something that I have to consider that I haven't in, I would say, a couple weeks is something I used to do is I used to have different targets depending on whether I was taking a trending trade or a counter trend trade, because counter trend trades tend to be very short lived, and it's better if you take off your profits or if you're able to scale out. But trending days, like, they can keep trending, right? So it's more ideal to have larger targets. But yeah, so that's just something I haven't been thinking about as much, just because I have been on a loose streak and I've been trying to adjust this in my system and adjust that. But just going into the trade, right? Initially, we did break the level on strong volume and we held. So this was my first point of confirmation. Buyers or sellers get absorbed and we attempt to expand higher. We even break above this level right here and hold above it. So after that, we get more signal here, right? Selling absorption, more absorption. And I did enter somewhere. I entered right over here. I think I entered at 744. I entered the trade. My break even point was this level, 67.32. If price was able to break above this level and hold, then I was willing to take my trade break even. And then from then I was just trailing with the structural stops. So the moment we expanded higher here, I moved my stop from, say this was break even, then I moved my stop over here. And then the moment we expanded again, just moved my stop up to here. And then I ended up getting stopped out here at the 32s. I captured about a 1R, like 7 to 8 points. So I don't think I'm necessarily taking bad trades. I think I'm just overthinking. I'm just overthinking a little too much. And something I've realized is that I'm using too many levels. Like, I have way too many different key levels that I'm using, and it creates too many opportunities for me. Like, when I'm planning during the day or in the morning, I now have too many opportunities to look at and I will start to confuse myself at times. I'll start to get very confused, and that confusion leads into the actual trading session. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut down my levels. So these are the two levels I'm gonna use: the previous day value area and the previous week value areas. So what I normally used to use is the monthly value areas, which is the blue here, the previous week value area, which is the green, the previous day value area, which you can see separately over here. I also use supply zones, demand zones, pre-market levels, post-market levels. It's too many levels. I use the POC. It's too many levels and I'm getting confused. It's just, like I said in the beginning, it's analysis paralysis. There's so many opportunities in the market. Like, I don't need to try to take advantage of every single one like that. And this is gonna help me just say, okay, if I missed the trade because it didn't hit this level, then I missed the trade. Like, there's no arguing that. No more arguing. Like, no more trying to find loopholes. I'm gonna pretty much today just go through maybe like 3 months worth of data. Like, I'm gonna go one by one down the line and just see how many times, how many opportunities I pretty much get off of these levels. And if I'm able to get at least 15 opportunities in the month, I think that's fine. 15 opportunities to take a trade doesn't mean that I do take the trade just because it's there at that level, but this will help limit the chaos that's been going on in my head. My daily plan is pretty much going to be consistent of this: just what is the short-term trend, where are we in terms of value, and how can I be on the correct side of the trend? And if I am counter trend when I'm taking a trade, how can I tighten up my trades? Should I just keep it at a 1 to 2, a strict 1 to 2, or literally the next possible target? If it's a 1 to 1, then I just take it at the 1 to 1, and so on. So that's gonna be kind of what I'm trying to focus on. And yeah, that is it for the day. I don't have anything else to mention in this video. I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.